Behringer just dropped their first vintage synthesizer, and of course drama continues and it gets juicier. On that note, TikTok might be banned in US and Europe. Goodbye forever dance trends. And that's not all. Meta and Twitter are going head to head, battling for the future of text format. Also, Oberheim's iconic drum machine is back as a plugin, and Arturia's got a new augmented instrument that's out of this world. It is time of that week. It is time to tune in. Behringer's controversial vintage synthesizer is now officially available for free. The initial accidental leak of the software stirred debate online, with some praising its classic synth emulation for being free, while others were less than impressed with the sound. To give you a recap, it became a lightning rod for debate, with its interface mirroring Ableton's analog and its design closely resembling Tontu's SauroSynth. According to the Behringer website, the synth is based on Mythical's modeling of legendary analog vintage synthesizers and is the first in a new series of software's instruments. And things got even more heated up when Behringer mentioned that this synth was crafted in collaboration with Stefano D'Angelo of Orastron. If you don't know who that is, he was previously a driving force behind Arturia's software development and worked as a lead DSP developer in Arturia R&D. This of course has ignited rumors of Behringer's ambition to create an extensive collection of virtual instruments similar to Arturia's renowned V collection. B collection? Arturia, Behringer is coming after you, brace yourselves. In all the chaos, Behringer is turning the narrative towards a positive cause. Users are encouraged to donate to the Playing for Change Foundation, which empowers youth through music education. Behringer's pledge to match every donation up to 1 million is a truly generous gesture. I will let the donation link below, so if you want to help children around the world, take a look. And I really want to hear from you. Have you tried the vintage synth? What do you think of these events? Let me know in the comments. We are a tiny channel trying to make difference in music industry and news, and we need your help. If you want to help us make a difference, please consider like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a ton. Everyone needs to get their TikTok fixed as soon as possible, because soon no one may have access to the app. What will we do? TikTok just can't seem to get out of the news these days, and I don't think this will be going away anytime soon. The US already has set up a legal nightmare by essentially banning the app in 2025 if the company doesn't sell its US operations. In response, ByteDance has now officially stated they would rather shut down the service than sell it to another owner. The major sticking point for the company is the algorithm they use to power their For You feed, which they say is the most powerful in the world. The algorithm is core to ByteDance's business operations, and because of its unique and powerful ability to accurately give users what they want, the company would rather close US operations than allow another company access to it. If that wasn't enough, the EU looked at their partner across the pond and thought it might be good to get in on the trending lawmaking. EU Commission President, and I promise she is not a villain in a Disney movie, at least not that I know, Ursula von der Leyen said she won't rule out a similar ban. Using a not-so-friendly tone about the app, she stated, "We know exactly the danger of TikTok," setting the stage for the EU to pass their own ban of the app. While ByteDance stated that a US ban, similar to a drop of water in English Channel in regards to potential loss of business, losing the EU might be more than the company can take. The decision in the EU could come soon, as the company is already under formal proceedings under the Digital Services Act, which started investigating the company on February 19th of this year. Let me know in comments, how would a TikTok ban affect you? While TikTok is getting all the negative press, there is one light at the end of proverbial tunnel. Yangtze and TikTok have agreed to licensing deal, which ends their high school frenemy fight that included dirty notes gossiping about each other. There were 3 critical issues that had to be settled by 2 companies to finally come to the agreement, and it seems they identified a common enemy to battle with in the end. A multi-dimensional licensing agreement is meant to protect artists with respect to generative AI. Yes, that is right, UMG and TikTok are going to save us from our robot overlords, one lip-syncing hot girl dance at a time. How long will the goodwill last? We are not sure, but at least ByteDance can fully focus on the legal issues now. With TikTok's questionable status moving forward, what are influencers going to do to replace their favorite platform? X, the site formerly known as Twitter, would be the vote of Elon Musk, as he's been positioning the company to take on more video content in the app, but he might be too late to the party. His arch-rival and failed MMA opponent Mr. Zuckerberg is still being a big thorn in Musk's side these days. Meta similarly designed a Threads past 150 million active monthly users in Q4, which significantly beat out Twitter in growth. Threads is now estimated to surpass Twitter's active monthly users count by the end of 2024, which is significantly earlier than original estimates. And since we all know the power of Taylor, Swifties can now get access to Singing Star on Threads, as she was one of the recent converts. With Threads growing rapidly, Twitter has been losing users in just as rapid as a succession, losing an estimated 50 million in Q4 and made it to the lowest user count since 2021 with close to 200 million. It sounds like it is time to hop on Threads and see what all the fuzz is about. If you are like me and have serious doubts about TikTok and UMG's new partnership to fight AI-generated music, there is still hope that maybe the government can help instead. It seems that 2/3 of UK audiences are. In a survey conducted by UK Music, wait, like all of UK Music? Oh, an organization called UK Music. The group is a collective of associations that represents UK artists including BPI, Music Producers Guild, and Musicians Union. The survey asked 2,000 people their thoughts about AI in music, and the results were overwhelmingly in favor of the government taking the lead on the fight for AI music-related warriors. 83 of those polls stated that AI-generated music needed to be labeled, so the listeners aren't tricked. 69% of the poll participants are concerned that AI will eventually replace human creativity. 68% want new regulations, as they are concerned that artists will be losing out financially as well. This is a good news that regular listeners are concerned for the well-being of musicians and artists, and shows that they are interested in authentic creations to support. Group take the survey and created recommendations and submitted them to the Parliament in UK. The hope is to drive continued conversations around AI and generative music in a positive manner before it is too late. While Oberheim is well known for their iconic synthesizers that changed the music history forever, one of their greatest creations oftentimes gets forgotten. Thinking about drum machines, most people list the Roland TR-808 or 909 as the first electronic drum machine that really made the market move. While those are definitely incredible machines that deserves all the praise they have received over the years, Oberheim was actually the first to the market with the DMX box. GeForce has now reproduced the machine, so you no longer have to pay close to $4,000 on the second-hand market for a used one. The 8-voice recreation from the original look of the device captures all the classic elements. No digital update will be complete without some added features though, as GeForce has seen fit to allow effects to be assigned on each of the channels individually to better control the sound. There are also additional distortion and compressor controls that were not a part of the hardware. One part of the device that changed, that might be a bit disappointing for some, is the lack of a sequencer on plugin. But with your DAW acting as the sequencer, it is not surprising that they left it out. The plugin is available on their website now at just €26. I will post a link in the description below if the ATs are calling for you. Arturia has returned from their journey into the space with their latest hardware releases over the last couple of weeks to give us a software instrument definitely of this world with a twist. Taking inspiration from the Middle East, Augmented Yangtze is a sample instrument that brings in 6 pieces of ancient musical history and messes them up nice and good. Sampling the bass dizzy, shao, pipa, kukin, yankin, and erhu. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce some of these, and these doesn't sound Middle East at all. Probably my writer tried to say Far East maybe? Arturia has meticulously recorded 38 different articulations and 30 process samples, as well as added 2 types of synthesis to the sample engines. By layering 2 sounds and then stretching, tweaking, granulating, and banding the samples, new and interesting augmented characters are revealed. Augmented Yangtze is available at an intro price now for $99, with upgrade pricing available for some users if you log into your Arturia account. Microphones haven't seen a significant update in technology since micromechanical systems were introduced in the early 2000s that allowed for all of our cell phones to get better call quality. Shure has been a world leader in mics, with their SM7B being the go-to podcast mic for pretty much every show on the planet today, so they know a thing or two about making good microphones. Shure is hoping their new technology will revolutionize the way you record sound on dynamic microphones and make them better at eliminating ambient noises. Nexadyne is a Revolutionize dual transducer design that maximizes the vocal frequency range cut by the cardioid mic. By carefully measuring and matching the paired transducers, they are also able to reduce ambient noise and filter out unwanted background noise, leaving just clear vocals on the signal. This will make processing the recorded vocals easier and give more clarity while increasing dynamics at the same time. There are 2 new models coming in both cardioid and super cardioid configurations starting at $330. Carl? Where are you, Carl? Oh, sorry, I was just looking for my MIDI controller. Yep, there is a company really named their hardware device like it was their red-headed stepchild and not a MIDI device. Karl, spelled with a K, is definitely worth looking for, as the device has some powerful features to keep your attention. The controller consists of 32 infinite push encoders, or in normal people speak, big knobs, and 64 push buttons located around the outside of the device. What makes the device so interesting and powerful is that all these buttons and knobs aren't mounted to a PSP board stacked in a plastic box with fixed labels. No, that wouldn't do that. Instead, Velour's Devices has mounted all these controllers directly to a full HD LCD display. The device takes full advantage of the display by allowing you to edit the label for each of the knobs and buttons, which then changes through software instead of having to apply tape and labeling with a Sharpie. You can map any control to any MIDI channel, making the possibilities endless for how to set up the device on your system. Okay, let's play a game. How much would you pay for something like this? Pause the video if you have to, only post your guess in the comments below, and don't reveal the answer. Let's see if you have a good business. Okay, have you posted? Come on, no cheating, and do it now. I will wait. Well, it is 1500 euros. That's right, a MIDI controller that makes no sounds and has no computer will cost you more than a push tree. The device is super interesting, and we will see if the company has more interesting devices in the future. That's all for the news this week. Enjoy the week, and thanks for getting tuned in to the news with me.